Hey everyone. So most of the videos on this channel are going to be design diary style, talking about a specific element of the game or the gameplay or the game design process. But I thought it'd be useful before getting into those to do one video that just gives a kind of overview of how the game works and the core mechanic and theme of it, so that you have the context for how all these other elements are going to fit together. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of things that go on in the game. I'm not going to try to cover all of them here. Some of those will be hitting the design diary videos following this. But at least to give you a sense of the core of what's going on and what the game's about, so you understand how some of it's going to fit together. The basic narrative of the game is you start fresh out of college as someone who wants to pursue an academic career, become a faculty member at a university. So you have to go to grad school somewhere along the way because most faculty jobs require a graduate degree, and there's a mechanic in the game for how you go through grad school. And then when you come out, you try to get a job, and hopefully you get a faculty job, and then you can work your way up in that institution, or maybe you try to jump ship to another institution with more prestige or better research facilities or whatever it is you're looking for. And so that's happening on the professional side. And meanwhile, in your personal life, maybe you find a partner and get married, maybe you have kids, maybe you buy a house, maybe you pursue some hobby of yours. And so along the way in the game, as you hit certain milestones in your personal life, you get what's called personal achievements. And on the career side, same thing. You earn professional achievements as you accomplish certain things along the way. And to win the game, you need to get the right balance of personal and professional achievements. The main currency in the game is time. So as any academic would tell you, and honestly this is probably true in a lot of jobs, time is always the one thing you feel like you don't have enough of. There's so many different things that you're trying to do or need to get accomplished, and you don't have enough time to do all of them, so you have to strategically choose where do you spend your time. Same thing in the game. So there's certain things that you might have to spend time on. If you have a faculty job and you have classes to teach, you have to spend some time teaching. If you have children, you have to spend some time taking care of your kids. And if you don't do those things, there's significant penalties in the game. But then you also have time that you can kind of choose what to do with. So on the professional side, do you spend time working on a research project trying to get an article ready to be submitted? Or do you take that time and go present at a conference, which is going to raise your visibility and your professional reputation and maybe make it easier to get that paper published once you have it done? Do you choose to teach an extra class because you want some additional money to do something or other in the game? Or do you take a vacation to relieve some stress? Or do you spend some time looking for a better job so that you can move to a different institution? All those are choices you can make. They all have kind of pros and cons to them, and that's kind of the strategy of the game, is where you choose to spend your time among those different options. Of course, the game's title comes from the old academic saying, publish or perish, and I'll say it's virtually impossible to win the game without spending some amount of your time researching, writing, and publishing. But you also have to balance that out with the other aspects of your job and with your personal life, because it's also virtually impossible to win if you just spend all your time researching and completely neglect your personal life and neglect your classes and all that sort of thing. So that's the game in a nutshell. Is you're in the academic world, you have a certain amount of time, and how do you choose to spend it? There's a lot of other nuance and components that go into the game, and like I said, I'll talk about those in future diaries. But that explains the core mechanic, and hopefully you'll then have some sense of how these other things start to fit into it. So thanks, and I'll see you next time.